Hello everyone. Okay, I'm going to try and get this in the shot. This is one of the Pop and Cuts cards that you can make. And this is the one that I made. It's a little bit difficult to show you guys this because my camera is up. I'm down here. But I'm going to give it my best shot. I kind of had this idea of walking down a red carpet to the perfect dress. So that's what this is. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see. This is the back of the dress, or this is the, I guess the top of the card. Like that. See, how cute is that? This actually took a little while to come up with. I was trying to figure out how to make it sort of look like wallpaper, and then all of a sudden it occurred to me that I still had this window sheet, kind of textured, patterned window sheet from the Candlelight Christmas DSP, and it came together. So it looks like a mirror in the background. You see, I don't kind of see how reflective it is. Pretty cool, right? And then this is the bottom where you would walk up the red carpet. Cute? Do you love it? I love it, and I'm so excited to try and show you guys how to do this. This is Mocha Morning. I die cut a piece of the Mocha Morning out with one of the dress up framelits, this one, and I also die cut another one out using the silver glimmer paper. Ooh. Alright, so then what you're going to do is cut the silver glimmer paper, and I'm cutting it at just below the waist, well, right where the waist and the skirt meets. Okay, and I've also put red line tape on the back of this one, 2 pieces, or sticky strip. Alright, so then I also put 2 pieces of sticky strip on the bottom of the Mocha Morning piece. So then what I'm going to do is adhere this piece to the front of the dress. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of position it where you want it, however much you want of that silver glimmer paper showing through the bottom. If you want more, go with more. If you want less, go with less. So that'll be like that. Okay, then I also took a piece of Whisper White organza ribbon, and I'm going to put some sticky strip on, again, on the back. And you're going to figure out where you want your organza ribbon on the front, and just wrap the sides really tightly around the back. And I'm actually going to put another strip over top of that piece of organza ribbon. And I took a couple of basic pearls, and I already colored them in with my black Sharpie marker. And you're going to want to use the biggest ones. I'm going to use 3 of those on the waist. And you're just going to put some dimensionals on the back of it. So probably one sort of somewhere near the center, and then you might want to trim a few to put by the sleeves. And set that aside for a little later. You're going to use a piece of basic black that is cut at 5.5 by 11.5. And you're going to run it through your Pop and Cuts, both the dress form and the base card Pop and Cut. So this is the base card Pop and Cuts piece right here. And the dress form piece just comes right out, and it's got magnets on the back of it. Here, here, and here. You just put it where the little metal plate is, tuck it into there, and it'll stay put. Then you're going to take your piece of basic black and put it over top. It'll be a little short down here, but you want to make sure that this little curvature shows or gets cut, so you'll just take it and make sure that you've got just enough space at the top to cut this little curvature. So it'll be just the smallest little bit from there, which is not a big deal. Alright, so then when you cut it out, you're going to have something that looks like this. You'll see that the dress, you'll have a couple of pieces to toss aside, and you'll just kind of start popping pieces out. So when you put it through with your paper on there, let's just pretend like I haven't cut it yet, you're going to use your crease pad and maybe a shim. So remember that all big shots are calibrated just a little bit differently, so you may not need the shim. I do. It helps to enhance my score lines and to cut my pieces a little bit stronger. Okay, so acrylic plate, your die, your paper, your crease pad, and your shim. And then send it through your big shot and you'll have the cuts. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to fold all that in a moment, but for the next piece, to kind of give this piece a little more structure and to hide this kind of gaping area in the back, you're going to want another piece. And this piece is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, so 5.5 by 8.5. And you're going to remove the dress form, and you'll just take it and you're going to put it on your piece, or your piece on your die, and you're just going to cut it like this without the dress form in it. So you won't have the dress form cut out at that point. You're just going to have this little curvature up here. Alright, and you're going to want to score this one from this end at 2 5/8. So there's a score line right here at 2 5/8. You're going to fold this score line right here towards your body. Maybe kind of set it down and make sure you don't, I kind of made a little bit of a mess right there. I didn't want this to fold at all. So you don't want the outer edges to fold, only where the score lines fold. So you're just going to have to kind of work with it. You're going to fold these score lines away from your body. And you're going to fold these score lines towards your body. Okay. Then you've got these little lines too, which you'll fold towards your body. Right? And when you fold them, the whole thing should fold in on itself like that. That's what you'll have. Then you're going to fold the little score line that you made, and I'm going to put some adhesive on it. So when you fit it together, it'll look like that. And it'll hide this little space right here. So otherwise, you've got that gaping hole. You'll probably want to put your adhesive on this piece. So you're going to fit these two pieces together, and you're going to fit them together from the top, from the curvatures. You put a little bit of adhesive down on the bottom of that fold, and that's how it'll look. Now you're going to have a little bit of overlap here, so you can just take your scissors and trim that off. Now I'm going to take my window sheet from the Candlelight Christmas DSP, and this measures 2 3/4 by 4 1/8, and I put some sticky strip on the back, just on these two sides. Okay, I'm going to remove the sticky strip, and I'm going to adhere it to the inside of my card. Alright, so I'm just going to tuck it in right up against this little piece right up here. And it's a little shorter than the piece itself, and that's fine. It's not actually going to matter because you're not going to notice it. Okay, so this is a piece of Howl's Tooth and Scaring Bone from the Halloween DSP, which retired. I actually do not have any more of this paper. This is from the Mocha Morning. Again, that is retired as well, and I just don't have any more of the black and very vanilla, the black polka dot and very vanilla to show you guys. So I've decided that this is the best thing I could come up with. It's going to look a little different, but hopefully it'll still kind of give you that effect. Alright, so this piece is 2 5/8 by 3 3/16. And what you're going to do is take your paper trimmer, and I'm using this side of it to measure it because it's just easier than kind of working with it falling off the edge over here. I have a more steady surface over here. So this mark right here, that is your 3/8 inch mark line. All right, so you're going to line it up to that line, and you're going to cut it up to 5/8 of an inch. You can use the ruler on your arm as your ruler to find the 5/8 mark, and that is the 1/8 mark after the half. If that makes any sense, I hope you guys know the difference between the 1/8 and the 16th marks. So if you can see that, which you probably can't, it's that line right there. And you're going to turn it upside down or to the other side of the pattern. Take it to the 3/8 mark again and up to the 5/8 mark on your ruler on your arm. Okay? Then what you're going to do is take it to the 5/8 inch mark, which is right here. So you're going to line it up right there. And then from cut line or cut point to cut point, you're going to just cut that out. Okay. And it'll look like that. Mine's a little ragged because I actually scored mine. Okay, now you may want to score it, or you can just fold it right here, these two sides right here, so it looks almost like a little table. All right, and you're just going to put a little bit of adhesive here and a little here, and then you're going to put some on both sides. And the reason for that is because if you look at your dress form piece, the base of your card, there is like a little gap, a little hole where the dress is along this piece. And if you put some adhesive right all the way through the back of this, then it's going to catch the dress when you fold it closed, and you don't want that. You want to just leave that space open so that you're not causing the dress to stick to the base of the card and cause yourself a little bit of a headache. So let's see if I can do this so you guys can see it. So you're just going to take it and tuck it behind the dress. And adhere your legs. Alright, so that's what it'll look like. Okay, so you're going to take another piece of your house tooth and scaring bone, or whatever you have, mocha morning, whatever pattern DSP that you have, and you're going to cut a piece at 5.5 by 5.5 and send it through your Pop and Cuts base card again, and you'll get this. Alright, so then you're going to take it, and at the curved side, you're going to line it up to the 1 inch mark. You're just going to make a cut from 1/2 inch in on each side. So take your arm, the ruler on your arm again, and using the point of your cutting blade, take it to the 1 inch mark, and then down, because it comes out to 4 1/4, you're going to take it to the 3 3/4 inch mark. Okay, kind of reinforce it, so 1 inch down to 3 3/4 inch, and this is lined up to the inch mark right here. Then you're going to take it to the 1/2 inch line right here, okay, and then you're going to cut all the way up to that cut line that you just made. Flip it over, and actually just because it may help you line it up a little bit better, you may want to just use this side all the way. It depends on how you feel. Okay. And again, take it down to your cut line. You're just going to pop that piece out, and you're going to have that. Now you're going to run some adhesive along the back of that, and you're just going to slip that on and press them down. So it'll look like that. Now let's just go ahead and adhere our dress. There you go. Just like that. Pretty. Gorgeous. Okay, then you're going to take some more basic rhinestones. And I took 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these of this strip. And I just kind of trim the adhesive a little bit with the point of my paper piercing tool. So then take it off. It just adhere them to her neck. Gorgeous. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is, I actually already made this, so this is using a piece of basic black and the Wishes Your Way stamp set from the current spring catalog. I stamped it down using Versamark and poured some white embossing powder over it and heat set it. And then I actually kind of just did this with my fingers a little bit and then bunched up the ends with my fingers. And I put a little bit of sticky strip on the ends. I'm going to figure out where I want this placed on the front of my card. And I made the pendant points on the ends of them. I colored in 2 more basic rhinestones using a red Sharpie marker and put them on the ends of that banner, towards the corners of your banners. You're going to need a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock. This is cut at 2.5 by 4 1/4, and I put 2 strips of red line tape on the ends. Okay, and then you're going to take a piece of cherry cobbler scalloped tulle ribbon, which is retired now, but I don't know, I'm just hoping they bring it back into the new catalog when that comes out. What I'm going to do is lay this down, tuck the back into that sticky strip. Okay, so that's what that should look like. Nice little red carpet. And you're going to take more sticky strip on the back of the tulle. And I believe that this tulle I cut at 6.5 inches so I could tuck it around the back. And you're also going to put some adhesive on the sides. So set your red carpet aside for a moment. And you're going to take another piece of the Howl's Tooth and Scaring Bone. You're going to cut that to 3 5/16 by 4 3/8 and corner around just the bottom corners. Put some adhesive on the back of it, and you're going to adhere that to the bottom of your base card. Then you're going to take your red carpet and you're just going to center it like that. You've got your red carpet. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I know it's a little bit labored, but it's just such a great piece. I love it. I wish that I could get the effect of you being able to see it. Maybe if I bring my camera down. This is going to take some repositioning. Hey, look at that. That's a view you haven't seen of my craft room. A little bit of this and that, and the next thing, my coffee cup right there. Okay. Anyways, it's a little bit of a better view. You get to see it up front and personal. But what you would do is, if you're a teeny tiny little person, walk your way down the red carpet and the beautiful, beautiful, most beautiful dress you've ever seen. You just have to have it. It's the perfect dress for you. There you have it. Until next time, happy stamping!